Would you rather have a head twice the normal size or have a head half the normal size? Hey guys, Katarina Bunnylord. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm going to be doing a train with me while I play Would You Rather, which is a game where you choose would you rather do A or would you rather do B. You know, pretty self-explanatory. But let's get started. Okay, so the first question is, would you rather be able to walk on water forever or fly for 3 hours on 3 different occasions in your life? I think I would rather be able to fly for 3 hours on 3 different occasions because flying is a million times cooler. And even though, you know, it's limited, it'd be way cooler. And like, I don't know, I just think that would be so cool. You're just like, hey, check this out. And you're just flying in the air. Everyone would be like, what? You could fly anywhere. You know what I mean? 3 hours is a pretty long time, too. I'm going with flying. Okay, the next question is, would you rather always spit when you talk or always be spit on when spoken to? I don't want to get spit on every single time I talk to somebody. That's disgusting. And I can just wear a mask. So I would rather always spit when I talk. The next question is, would you rather have the ability of 10 athletes or the knowledge of 10 scholars? I'm going to go with the knowledge of 10 scholars because, I don't know, I'm just more of a nerd than a jock. So, there. I don't know, I feel like I could do more with the power of knowledge than I could with, like, super cool biceps, you know? Which both would be awesome. You know, could I have both? Okay, the next one is, would you rather be gossiped about constantly or never talked about? Well, that's a tough one, but I'm gonna go with I would rather be gossiped about constantly because I just think it would be really super depressing if nobody ever talked about me and nobody ever cared about my existence. Do you know what I mean? Like, let them critique, but let them be talking about me. Okay, this one's. Would you rather be insulted publicly in a speech by a politician or in a song by a famous rapper? That's a tough one. I guess I would rather, let's go with be insulted in a song by a famous rapper because, I mean, that's just what rappers do, so I don't know, I feel like people wouldn't take it that seriously. Ew, this one's disgusting. Okay, would you rather slip your bare feet into a very moist pair of old bowling shoes, or walk barefoot in a gas station bathroom? Now, see, this one is, it's like, whose bowling shoes are we talking about here? Are they my bowling shoes? Or are they ones that you rent at a bowling alley? I'm gonna go with I would rather slip my bare feet into... Oh, bare feet. I didn't... See, I was gonna say, I was thinking I had socks on. I missed that last time. I'm gonna go with slipping my feet into the shoes, the very moist pair of bowling shoes, because that sounds like, for one, that sounds like I can just slip them in, take them back out immediately. And I feel like walking barefoot in a gas station bathroom would be much longer of a process. And like, there'd be like way more other people's feet you're exposed to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with bowling shoes, but either way, I'm probably gonna hurl because that's nasty. Would you rather dress for 1 year like Spock from Star Trek, including the ears, or like Superman? I'm gonna go with Superman because Superman's pretty handsome, and I don't know. I personally think he's cooler than Spock, but that's just me. But obviously I'm gonna go with whoever I think's cooler, so I'm dressing as Superman for a whole year. Ooh, this one's tough. Would you rather be ruled exclusively by your heart or exclusively by your mind? Oh, that's tough because sometimes decisions need to be, just purely logical. Because it's like, for example, I constantly want to eat junk food. That's an emotion, I guess. And it's like my logic tells me not to do that. So if I don't have the logical side anymore, I'd be like rolling everywhere I go because I'd just be a giant circle. But on the other hand, I would be like, if I was just purely logical, I'd be so mean. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna go, I'd rather be ruled exclusively by my heart because then at least I'm not a psychopath. Would you rather have to milk a cow every morning for a week or shear a sheep every morning for a week? What, is this the same sheep that you're shearing every single day? Because what is going on with this sheep, first off? That's just weird. But I'm gonna go with milk a cow every morning because I've never done either, but I feel like milking a cow would take a lot less time. But I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm assuming. So, I'm gonna milk the cow. Would you rather have a head twice the normal size or have a head half the normal size? I think, because if it's twice, okay, number one, either way, I'm gonna look crazy, right? But then also there's the like, if my head's twice the normal size, I feel like that's gonna get really heavy and it's just gonna be exhausting. But if it's half the normal size, I feel like I'd be afraid to do anything because, like, I don't know, I just feel way more fragile. But I don't know. I feel like I'd look more normal if I had half the normal size. Maybe I could just wear like some super thick wig all the time or big hats and like people wouldn't notice as much. But then I'd be afraid, like, I don't know, I just feel like too fragile with half the size of a normal head. I'm gonna go twice the size of a normal head. Okay, would you rather be the first to discover alien life or the first to discover a live Tyrannosaurus Rex? I feel like if I was the first to discover a live Tyrannosaurus Rex, that it would probably eat me. So, but I don't know, aliens sound pretty sketch too, Like, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna, like, kidnap me and take me away to their weird planet? Yeah, I feel like either one could be a threat, and I feel like if I discovered alien life, obviously they're more intelligent than us because they found us first, right? So I think I would have a better chance of outsmarting a T-Rex, maybe I could hide in a cave or something. So I think I'd go with, I'd rather discover a T-Rex. The next one is, would you rather live forever as a 13-year-old or as a 65-year-old? Easy. I would rather live forever as a 65-year-old. Because 65, if you've, lived right your whole life, ate well, been active, I feel like you're still going to be able to do a lot of active things. You're not going to have, hopefully, too many aches and pains. And you'll be taken seriously. Whereas if I live forever as a 13-year-old, if you haven't figured this out by now, most people don't take 13-year-olds seriously, so I'd rather be 65. Would you rather jump off a cliff 1,000 feet high with a parachute, or jump off the same cliff onto a giant air-filled cushion? Definitely going with parachute because my luck, I would miss the cushion. Would you rather have an arm in the place of one of your legs or a leg in the place of one of your arms? What kind of question is that? I'm gonna go with, I'd rather have a leg in place of one of my arms because then I could still have really good mobility. Whereas if I had one leg that was really an arm, I wouldn't really be able to walk at all. And I really like being able to walk. Would you rather have a famous song written about you or a best-selling book? Definitely a book because I am a huge bookworm. Would you rather have hair of straw or a pig nose? I'm gonna go with hair of straw, and I'll just shave it off and wear a wig. You know, that's a lot easier to conceal than a pig nose. And I feel like if I had a pig nose, everyone would always be like pointing and being like, "Ha ha ha, you have a pig nose." You know, it'd be a whole thing. Would you rather be stuck in an elevator for 2 days with someone who talks too much, or with someone who won't talk at all? Definitely somebody who won't talk at all. We'll get along perfectly. You know, I don't want you going on and on and on. It's annoying. Would you rather have super sensitive smell or super sensitive hearing? Definitely super sensitive hearing, because there's a lot of stinky smells and they already get to me way too much. Would you rather have a child so smart and successful that he never needs nor desires your companionship, or have a child who is always in trouble and needs you to bail him out? Obviously, I would rather have, well, maybe not obviously, but I would rather have a child so smart and successful that he never needs nor desires my companionship, even though that would hurt a lot, but I would never wish to have a child that's going through hardships, which obviously everyone's going to have hardships, but I'm not going to wish that on somebody and be like, I'd rather you have hardships and want to hang out with me. Like, I'm not that selfish, come on. Would you rather develop gills that work and are hardly visible, or grow wings that work but are ugly and conspicuous? I feel like the wings would always be getting in the way, but I would love to fly. And the gills are still visible too. It's like hardly visible, but I mean, if I saw somebody with gills, I would remember that for the rest of my life and not in a good way. I'm gonna go with wings. I will decorate them and make them look nicer. Somehow, I'll figure it out. Okay, so this is if I'm a man. So it says, would you rather, as a man, be beaten up by a wimpy guy or by a female pro wrestler? Obviously by a female pro wrestler, because she's tough. You know, she's been doing a lot of training, a lot of eating the right foods. She's, you know, people would expect you to get beat up by her, but by a wimpy guy, he's gonna be weaker than the pro wrestler, I feel like. I'd rather get beaten up by the pro wrestler. Ooh, this is a good one. Would you rather be stupid and rich or smart and poor? Obviously, I want to be rich, but I don't want to be stupid. And you can't fix stupid, but if you're smart, you have still a chance at getting rich. So I'm gonna go with smart but poor. Would you rather eat a cup of mayonnaise or a cup of horseradish? A cup of mayonnaise, please. Would you rather look healthy and strong but actually be extremely weak, such that most lifting, physical labor, and some sports are humiliating for you? Or look really unhealthy but actually be in tip-top shape? I would rather look very unhealthy but be in tip-top shape, because then I can still get things done that need to get done. Okay, would you rather, for the same amount of money, have a job you love and have to work 60 hours a week, or have a job you absolutely hate but only have to work 25 hours a week? I would rather have a job I love and have to work 60 hours a week, because I've had part-time jobs that I've hated before, and let me tell you, they drain your energy way more. And I've also had jobs that I've worked 80 plus hours a week that I loved, and I had more energy then than I had at these part-time jobs that I hated, because they absolutely drained me of my energy. So I would rather have a job I love, working 60 hours a week. Would you rather be filthy rich or command tremendous respect, but not both? I would rather command tremendous respect, because then people will respect me. And I'm obviously doing something right in life, where, you know, I could be rich for no reason. Maybe I was a trust fund baby and I was born into it. You know, I want to do something in life that impresses people and helps people enough that they respect me. Would you rather marry a boring millionaire or a brilliant, starving artist? I would rather marry a brilliant, starving artist, because they are going to be very impressive and constantly intrigue me, And if I'm marrying somebody I find boring, obviously I don't love them. Would you rather be a bull rider or the clown that distracts the bull? I would rather be the clown, and then I can hide in the barrel. Would you rather always sound extremely sarcastic or always look like you just smelled something bad? The image in my head, if you look like you're always smelling something bad, is you just look super pretentious, like you just look like the biggest snob ever. But at the same time, like, if I always sound extremely sarcastic and imagine I have to deliver bad news to somebody, that would be awful. So I'm gonna go with always look like you've just smelled something bad, because that's all I can think about is delivering bad news to somebody and like sound like I'm mocking them. You know what I mean? Would you rather become invisible at random and uncontrollable times? Can you imagine that? In the middle of a conversation, just disappear? Or always hear everyone's thoughts? I'm gonna do become invisible at random and uncontrollable times, because I don't want to constantly hear everyone's thoughts. Especially when I do something embarrassing. I don't want to hear their unfiltered thoughts, you know? Or I show up somewhere and all of a sudden I hear, oh, she wore that shirt. That's too much pressure. I'm too sensitive to hear everyone's thoughts. Would you rather always attract flocks of birds or clouds of dust? I'm gonna do birds, because I don't want to walk around like Pigpen from Charlie Brown, you know, and everyone's like, ew, she's disgusting, look at all that dust following her everywhere. But if I have flocks of birds following me, people will be like, what is up with this lady? Would you rather have to let 30 5-year-old children, so 5-year-old children, but there's 30 of them, have the complete run of your house for 3 hours with no rules, or let 2 sea lions have complete run of your house for 1 hour? I would rather have the sea lions, because I've never met a sea lion before. I would really like to. I think that would be cool. Would you rather be a man who wears a noticeably ugly toupee, or a man that uses spray stuff in a can to color his scalp? I'm gonna go with toupee, because I've seen like in movies where it starts running down their head, you know, with the spray can stuff. And I don't know if that really happens, but I feel like that would be way more embarrassing. Also, I don't know why it's like only if you're a man. Do women not wear toupees? Would you rather always lose or never play? I would rather always lose, because then at least I'm participating in life. Alright guys, that was pretty interesting, if I do say so myself. That's just a would you rather game I have, and I thought that would be a fun video to make. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the questions and answers, and they were entertaining to you. Well, anyways, thanks so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.